We're here this morning with our new Minister of Agriculture, Willie Oukamp, at the Parliament precinct in Cape Town. Willie, lovely speaking to you, and congratulations on your appointment.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it, and welcome to Parliament.
Thank you, Willie. My first question to you from African Farming, it's our sister publication at Landbou Weekblad. Just your impressions. I mean, you've been in the job not even 100 days. Just your impressions of our emergent agriculture and the leadership. And I know you've had a meeting with AFASA. Just give us sort of an idea of what your impressions are.
Before I became minister, I was on the Portfolio Committee of Agriculture here in Parliament. So I have dealt with AFASA and many other farming organizations before. And what I saw then and what I am experiencing now is that we are so privileged in this country to have organized agriculture between all the various sectors of our farming industry, between all the different races. AFASA is an organization that's looking after the more or less black upcoming farmers and black farmers, that's commercial farmers as well. And the cooperation that one gets from them, the cooperation between farming organizations is really something that makes my heart warm. I'm glad to see that I am not sitting in this chair alone. There are farming organizations like AFASA and Agri-SA and TLU and SAI and all those farming organizations there to assist me, but also to work with each other. I've seen how they cooperate with each other. I've had members of AFASA that we've met with on the board that I've got, the Industry Coordination Council. When I met with some of the other organizations, members of AFASA was there. So it's a very good cooperation, and I'm looking forward to working closely with each and every one of those organizations.
Minister, when one speaks to our great friend, the economist Wandile Sihlobo, he always talks about this dichotomous relationship we've got in agriculture. We've got a commercial sector and we've got an emerging sector. And I hesitate to divide it according to racial lines, because we've got a lot of black commercial farmers who really do exceptionally, and even our communal and emergent farmers. I mean, if you look at our guys farming in the former homelands of the Transkei and Ciskei, I mean, they farm in places where our traditional white commercial farmers would never be able to make a living. So it's difficult, but often a big commercial guy in the Free State and a communal farmer in the former Transkei have got different needs. But at the end of the day, they're all farmers. I mean, what is your approach to what is often sort of a very divergent sort of agricultural industry that you're serving?
Those farmers might have different needs, but they've got one common goal, and that is to be farmers, to be successful in their agricultural ventures. Now, whether you're an upcoming farmer, black, white, I don't care. There are white upcoming farmers, there's black upcoming farmers, there's white, brown, colored, black commercial farmers. We need to stop defining it by race. What we need to ask ourselves is, what can we do to help an upcoming farmer to eventually become a commercial farmer as well? That is what we've got. We've got endless possibilities with agriculture in this country. And I'm willing to work and stand along with each and every one of those farmers. They do have different challenges. They do have different things that they've got to deal with in various areas of the country. And that is what one needs to understand. I need to give Wandile Sihlobo a phone call. I got a message from him yesterday, and I need to discuss certain things with him. But it's people like him that will also enable me to better understand the challenges. Working closely with these farming organizations, especially an organization like AFASA, that will assist me in understanding better what is the challenge of a cattle farmer in the mountains in Transkei. I've been there, it's beautiful, but I've never farmed with cattle there. I don't know what their challenges are, and we need to communicate this. The bottom line is, we've got these highly organized, highly skilled, and very intelligent, knowledgeable people that's busy in organized agriculture. And I want to urge every farmer out there, whether you're an upcoming farmer or a commercial farmer, whether you farm with animals, livestock, or you farm, you're a fruit farmer, or you're a grazing grain farmer. Become involved in organized agriculture. Those people are there to collectively stand behind you. If we look at our upcoming farmers, it's not every upcoming farmer that has got the means to come to Parliament and to partake in parliamentary portfolio committees and be involved in the regulatory process. It's just not practical. But an organization like AFASA, they do that. They can stand on behalf of all those farmers to be here, whether they're upcoming farmers or commercial farmers. There's a very small amount of commercial farmers that become involved in the administrative, legislative part of farming. Of course, that's not what they want to do. But they've got bodies representing them that can be the mouthpiece between them and government, between them and provincial governments, and see how interaction and better cooperation can be established between those organizations and government.
I want to give you I want to close off with the practical example. The wool industry, Wandile and myself come from the same province. He grew up in Lusikisiki. I just grew up on a farm just a little higher up the drag. And one of the great success stories of commercial farmers and specifically communal farmers working together on the wool industry, where the commercial guys went to the communal guys in the former homelands and said, listen, how can we help you? And the guy said, well, we need better genetics. And the commercial guys were breeding rams, and those rams with the Department of Agriculture were being basically given to the guys in the communal areas to genetically improve their livestock. That program has just disappeared. I mean, would that be something that your department would look at again and say, you know, yeah, we've got magic. We need to support these guys.
Absolutely. But before I elaborate on that, I think people out there, the people that count, know that the cooperation between the different sectors of farmers are excellent. Our commercial farmers and our upcoming farmers in various areas, they work closely with each other. We saw that with this foot and mouth disease outbreak, where a commercial farmer with a nice kraal and facilities knows the challenges that his neighbor might experience. And they are helping each other because they are interdependent on each other. When it comes to farm safety and safety in our rural areas, people from all races, from all classes, from all different types of farming come together around a common goal. There are people out there that will unfortunately, there are people out there that will unfortunately sometimes, maybe all the time, try to play politics and make a race thing out of this. It is not. This is a farming thing. Farmers, irrespective of your background, coming together, working towards a common goal. And once you are really on the ground and you understand that, then you see what the future of this country can look like. Because I tell you now, in our farming community, people stand together. Coming to your example of upscaling genetics, I've seen that practically in the Northwest, in the area where we are, where farmers came together with the communal farmers and said, what can we do to help you? You looked at a bull and it was not maybe the best bull, and you helped them with genetics to create a better bull. You must be careful there. If you walk into these truly African Nguni types of herds, not to stuff up those pure African genetics as well. So there's a very fine balance that you've got to do. But the willingness must be there. And coming back to government, if there are programs like that where small-scale farmers and commercial farmers can interact and can help each other, and government can also play a role there, I declare myself full well willing to assist in that all the way.
Minister, thank you so much. All the best for your portfolio, and you know that you've got the support of African farming all the way. We wish you all success in your new portfolio. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and I'm looking forward to working with each and every one of those organizations and farmers, and as time goes by, I will get to all those farms, well, all the areas, and I hope to see as many farmers in the veld as soon as possible.
Thank you.
Thank you.